you're feeling lonely today, come along and throw your cares away.
A really good Friday night SmackDown this week. I loved the show. Really good storyline progression. But this is things you might have missed. And before we get started, make sure you hit the like button. And if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button too. Of course, SmackDown started off with a Bloodline and obviously Paul Heyman talking about how beasts and demons are coming for Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns is not scared. Well, it didn't take long for someone to interrupt the tribal chief. The new WWE Champion, Big E. But did you notice as Big E made his entrance, he completely no-sold Pat McAfee wanting a high five. Absolutely hilarious. But we got to see the WWE Champion and the Universal Champion in the same ring at the same time. And oh my God, we are getting the biggest match ever on Monday Night Raw. Stay tuned for more information on that. Finn Balor then made his entrance, not as the Demon, kind of a bit disappointing, but nonetheless, you got to save the Demon for the pay-per-view special, I suppose. So that was cool. We did actually see the Demon later on as well. SmackDown really did deliver as much as they physically could this week. But of course, we did lead to the match with Big E and Balor versus the Usos, which Big E and Balor won quite quickly, to be fair.
Paul, a word?
Every week, Kayla Braxton gets Paul Heyman, and I absolutely love it.
Leave me alone!
Big E getting into the face of Heyman led to the Usos attacking Big E backstage. Of course, Roman Reigns came and admired their handiwork. And oh my God, as I mentioned, probably the biggest match in Raw of 2021 was officially announced on SmackDown. The Bloodline will take on the New Day. What? We wanted this for Survivor Series. We're getting it on Raw this coming week. That is insanely cool. There are people moaning on Twitter that it's not a pay-per-view match. Honestly, WWE trying to give you something for free. What's wrong with that? A major part of the show was Seth Rollins, obviously his actions from last week, laying Edge out with the curb stomp. Seth Rollins came to the ring this week dressed in silver. I don't even know what this was. I don't think many fans did either. The meme started almost instantly as fans likened it to Tin Foil, Tin Man, and of course my personal favourite, a Cyberman. I love that. But did you notice Seth Rollins doing a dance as he made his way to the ring? Look at this. Look. Seth Rollins is literally loving life right now. He did talk about the fact, though, he's not done with Edge. He kind of, said that his actions wasn't heinous at all. He said all he did was use a legal move in a legal match, and it's not his fault, basically, if Edge can't take it. It's ours for getting Edge back. But he said, Edge, this isn't over. Edge, you have to come here. You have to crawl your way back to the WWE, and if you don't, I'll come to you. So we could be getting a match at Extreme Rules. Probably Crown Jewel. Do you know what? I'm happy to see a third match of these two. I think the feud's been really good. So I'm definitely excited to see a third match. But it's now time for you all to
Watch me.
Liv Morgan and Toni Storm were in action finally on SmackDown this week, taking on Carmella and Zelina Vega. The match ended with Liv kicking Carmella into the turnbuckle. But it led to Liv getting promo time. And not only that, challenging Carmella to a match at Extreme Rules. Liv Morgan on pay-per-view. Yes, yes, yes. That's what I want to see. I'm happy with that. I'm happy she's getting good push. I'm really happy for that. Don't know if you noticed, they kept calling Toni Storm the 80s wild child. So at least she's got a gimmick. Hopefully that's something they can get behind. Something they can use to put her over. And to be fair, the look definitely suited her. Finn Balor, talking about the Demon this week on SmackDown, really interesting, said that he doesn't belong here. He said that he is not from a bloodline and he had to crawl his way into everything he's ever had, literally transforming into the Demon before our very eyes. Really cool effect by WWE. Great to see. And talking of Demon, the Devil's favourite Demon, Kane, returned this week to Friday Night SmackDown. Obviously, the big red mare was here for one reason, and that was the homecoming celebration of Bianca Belair. And do you know what? This was done really well by the WWE. It was the main event segment, but throughout the night we saw pictures and moments from Bianca's life. I honestly thought this was really cool, a really cool insight. We've heard of her accomplishments before, but to see like pictures from her school and accomplishments that she's had over her life was definitely interesting, definitely something different for WWE to do. Of course, we did actually see Kane's pyro as he made the ring turnbuckles explode. This is basically the version, if it was PG though. Where did the balloons come from? One minute they weren't there, so they burst on fire. Next minute they are there. I've got no idea where they came from. But he did present Bianca Belair with the key to Knox County. I thought that was quite a cool moment. And of course, didn't take long for Becky Lynch to come out. Becky Lynch looking like a Spice Girl, honestly. Obviously, the two shook hands. Becky went to leave. Bianca did not let her, and it led to a manhandle slam by Becky Lynch. Once again, Becky Lynch ruining the moment of Bianca Belair. Honestly, this was great, and to see it in the main event segment of SmackDown was super cool. Honestly, I'm excited for this, and I feel like it's a fresh match, so that's always good by WWE. But it's now time for a packed weekly edition of SmackDown News. The WWE live tour of the UK starts Sunday. Obviously, they're in Newcastle, London on Monday, and Cardiff on Tuesday, Glasgow on Wednesday. Drew McIntyre will be basically heading it up along with Becky Lynch as well. I can't wait for that. Finn Balor is actually on Cameo. Right now, there's 30 available. Really expensive. They are 600 UK pounds, which is about $900, which is an insane amount of money. But I do like the fact they're focusing on just Balor. Extreme Rules, Balor is in the main event, so it makes a lot of sense to do that. John Cena obviously had the NFT following SummerSlam that was up for sale. He recently spoke about this and spoke about the fact it was a massive failure. They actually only sold 37 and at a price point of $1,000. Honestly, I'm not surprised. I'm really not. When you think of like John Cena diehard fans, the majority of them are kids. What kid has $1,000? I don't know. Naomi probably cut the promo of her life this week. It was really good. Backstage, obviously confronting Sonya Deville, demanding her match, listing her accomplishments. It did, however, lead to the fact Naomi got a fine for getting in the face of Sonya Deville. And obviously this is a big rivalry that's starting to play out. I do think we're going to see Naomi versus Sonya. I think that is on the card, so that would be quite cool. Rick Boogs was in action again on SmackDown and of course defeated Bobby Roode to remain undefeated. But of course it does mean that we had Pat McAfee dancing once again. Oh, that was so cool. I love Pat's dancing. But nonetheless, it did end short with Apollo Crews and Commander Aziz attacking Nakamura once again. Apollo Crews demanding an Intercontinental title rematch. Honestly, why? I am so sick of this match. Nakamura could be facing anyone. Oh, come on, WWE. Just do Nakamura versus Dolph Ziggler. It's there in front of you. I don't know. That's a little bit of a rant. Oh, I'm so disappointed in that. Sami Zayn defeated Dominic Mysterio once again, 3-0 now on SmackDown. And of course, Rey Mysterio was sat ringside, very disappointed that his son once again lost a match. This split is coming, I'm telling you now. Sami Zayn getting into the face of Rey Mysterio after the match. And I really think it's going to lead to Zayn versus Rey. And that will be the catalyst when Dominic maybe unknowingly helps Sami Zayn. Rey's going to snap. Do you know what? I thoroughly loved this week's SmackDown. It wasn't the biggest show in the world like last week's. There was a lot of continuation on this week's show. A lot of big moments, a lot of cool moments, a lot of people talking about the upcoming pay-per-view, which was always cool. It was great to see Kane back, and I love the way that they used Kane too. That was really good. The biggest news is no doubt the 6-man tag team match for next week's Raw. That is going to be really, really fun to watch. Can't wait to see what happens with that. But nonetheless, SmackDown, I think, was great. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Make sure you like the video, share the video, and if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you next time. Peace!